The tech community's talk of the town, Flipper Zero, has now been banned everywhere. Hold on tight, because this hot-button device is being slowed down by more than just Brazil. Canada, Amazon, and even the German version of eBay are entering the fight. Brazil ban. Why, therefore, is this innovative device being targeted, with Brazil in the forefront? The device has a plethora of hacking features, including NFC, RFID, Bluetooth, infrared, and more, all in a stylish packaging. These traits, however, are not particularly novel. Specialized pen testing tools have been providing comparable features for years without drawing attention to themselves. What makes the Flipper Zero unique then? People. Accessibility is key. It offers a smooth transition from intimidating command line interfaces to an intuitive user experience, complete with endearing dolphins to help you navigate. Brazilians excitedly awaited their Flipper Zeros because of this and the hoopla, only to discover that Anatel, the country's version of the FCC, had audited their orders. The government suddenly confiscated their prized devices, leaving a trail of annoyance in their wake. However, why the crackdown? With ambiguous claims regarding product approvals, the causes initially appeared to be cloaked in mystery. Soon after, a flurry of activity ensued, with Brazilians mobilizing on Reddit to recover their looted goods. The scheme, however, became more complicated when Anatel raised worries about the Flipper Zero's possible abuse by malevolent individuals, leading to the prohibition in the name of shielding Brazilian residents from illegal activity. Therefore, the crucial question still stands. Have crimes involving the Flipper Zero been reported? There are several films demonstrating Flipper Zero's potential if we wander into its stomping zone, TikTok. Users are undoubtedly becoming more inventive, from accessing Tesla charging connectors to using the universal remote capability to turn off TVs. These behaviors do not, however, qualify as criminal activity. However, some alarming footage of people using flippers to unlock cars are making the rounds. Naturally, this may cause law enforcement to take notice. However, many of these movies are shown to be fakes upon closer examination. Thankfully, there is a bright spot for Brazilians caught in the crossfire, despite all the commotion. Anatel is returning confiscated flippers to their original location of purchase, rather than destroying them. This implies that impacted customers can anticipate receiving their money back. Furthermore, importers who try to import Flipper Zeros into Brazil do not appear to be subject to fines or legal action. Canadian ban. Imagine now if auto thieves, armed with high-tech equipment right out of a spy film, are free to wander the streets. That's the worst-case situation that Canada is dealing with. By targeting the Flipper Zero, they have taken a daring stand and declared war on auto theft. But you might wonder, why? Not even Prime Minister Justin Trudeau minces words. His accusations are directed at gangs, organized crime, and all those cunning people who have been stealing automobiles like it's a game. What do you know? He is correct. The Flipper Zero and other gadgets have become far too simple for these criminals to obtain, making auto theft a simple task. I believe that this clever device, with its happy dolphin, has justifiably become a source of contention. Wait a minute though, and let's dispel some myths. Are car-cracking criminals really using this inconspicuous device as their primary tool? Not at all. It's actually as much of a missing component from a thief's toolbox as a fish is from a bicycle. Across Canada, an astounding 100,000 automobiles disappeared in 2022. How many of those astounding numbers were pinched with a Flipper Zero? Please, drum roll, zero. Yes, people. The name itself is the clue. You ask then, why the ban? Well, because this young politician has been browsing social media feeds far more than he ought to, blithely ignorant of the complexities of technology. Abruptly, he finds a video, similar to this one, claiming to use a Flipper Zero to show automobile hacking. Although the movie uses certain technical jargon, such as megahertz and rolling codes, who has time for such things? They cut to the money shot, where an automobile is magically unlocked from a distance by the Flipper Zero. It like a scene from a suspenseful movie. They instinctively grab their symbolic ban hammers. Even though the video might look frightening, it's important to distinguish fact from fiction. In order to unlock his car, the man in the video demonstrates a straightforward trick, cloning the code from his key fob with the flipper and replaying it. The problem is that contemporary automobiles come with a clever security device known as rolling codes. Your key fob creates a new, exclusive code each time you use it to unlock your vehicle. The worst part is that once the code is utilized, it expires more quickly than milk exposed to the sun. Therefore, it is useless even if a cunning criminal manages to obtain that code. Let's now discuss logistics. You would need to be out of the car's line of sight while recording the code in order to perform the stunt shown in the video. Why? Because the game is done, and the code is rendered useless if the car gets it while the recording is being made. And let's be honest, you won't be fumbling with your key fob like a heist movie character after you've parked your car and left in the real world. Therefore, even while this exploit might make for interesting YouTube videos, real car thieves are unlikely to find it useful. What then is the matter with Canada's prohibition? My friends, confusion is king. Incredulous, even the Flipper Zero staff is scratching their heads. We're all left wondering, is this ban a solution in search of a problem? It's a classic case of throwing out the good with the bad. As we negotiate the hazy waters of policy and technology, only time will tell. German eBay ban. If you have ever found yourself in a scenario where you are searching eBay for the newest technological devices and all of a sudden you come with the elusive Flipper Zero, then share your story. You click on the listing with excitement only to discover that it has been quickly taken down within hours. Quite annoying, isn't it? You're not by yourself though. A fellow computer enthusiast named Neil has been struggling with this same problem for months. eBay is reluctant to completely ban Flipper Zero listings, but they seem to disappear as quickly as you can say checkout. Furthermore, some ads manage to evade detection and are subsequently canceled after the sale has already occurred. This is where things start to get interesting though. Neilv brings up an important point. eBay may reimburse the buyer's money in certain situations, but there are drawbacks. Consider the anguish and annoyance of having your order suddenly canceled, leaving payment and delivery uncertain. An intriguing perspective on the bigger picture is provided by Neilv. They are aware of how difficult it can be to prevent cloning in startup projects. Thus, they know how crucial technologies like the Flipper Zero are to protecting against these threats. However, it is unclear how eBay is responding to changing security requirements given its prohibition on devices that can replicate RFID tags. Is it possible that eBay made this decision in order to safeguard antiquated systems that aren't capable of fending off contemporary threats? Or maybe it's a reaction to the rise in ill-conceived initiatives that ignore important security factors. In any case, it's a predicament that makes it difficult for accountable designers and builders to get the resources they require for their jobs. eBay's position on prohibiting tools like the Flipper Zero causes controversy and poses significant problems regarding how to strike a balance between innovation and security in the rapidly changing world of technology and security. One thing is evident as we work through these complexities. Despite challenges, the search for innovative tools goes on. Therefore, let us support well-informed policymaking. Fellow tech fans, let's support the Flipper Zero for what it is, an instrument for discovery, creativity, and perhaps some harmless fun. After all, let's avoid stifling invention with erroneous regulations in a world where technology is developing faster than we can keep up. Let's continue the discussion in the space provided for comments below and make sure that our laws accurately represent the rapidly evolving digital landscape.